Good morning. We are starting out with some clouds in Springfield. It is 68 degrees, so a much warmer start. A south wind at 10 miles per hour, and dew points are pretty sticky in the middle 60s. And that's fueling a couple of spotty storms that are starting to pop up, or I should say maybe heavier rain showers from pretty much along the Highway 65 corridor from up in near Hermitage and then down towards Rogersville here. Marshfield, maybe seeing some showers. Republic, maybe seeing a shower there. Ava, a shower over there as well. 68 degrees in Springfield. It's 66 in Branson and 66 in Ava. By the pool today, we're looking at temperatures in the middle 80s, warm and humid at 84 degrees with a chance of some storms. With this storm threat today, we do carry a slight risk of severe weather north of I-44. Looking at the threat of quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and localized flooding, mainly in the afternoon and evening hours for that time frame. I think the severe threat turns off after sunset. So hour by hour, a couple of showers and storms this afternoon with temperatures in the middle 80s. Overnight, we'll have a storm possible and we drop to about 69, so staying pretty warm. We'll keep some showers and storms as we head through Wednesday, staying pretty spotty with a high of 85. Showers and thunderstorms become more widespread Thursday and Friday with temperatures around 80 degrees. Joe, Lauren.
Here's what's making news now. Patients and businesses now have access to forms for getting medical marijuana. The Department of Health and Human Services will post application forms today that'll allow patients to apply for an ID card. Businesses that want to cultivate or dispense this will also be able to fill out those applications, but you can't turn any of these in until July 4th. We'll post a link where you can find all those forms over on our website for you.
Family members are seeking help from the public to help catch people who destroyed their loved ones' graves. In Lawrence County at Lee Cemetery, upwards of 50 headstones were destroyed or toppled over the weekend. Some of the tombstones date back to 1850 and were the last remaining information of the person lying in that grave. Family members say they can never get it back now. The Lawrence County Sheriff suspects that more than one person is involved, and they're increasing the reward money.
The Cemetery Association has offered a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction. And because this is such a big issue out there, the Sheriff's Office is also going to add an additional $1,000 for that information.
It's expensive to repair the damage that they've done. Some of the stones were destroyed, so those stones, especially the old ones, can never be replaced, and that information is lost forever.
You can also find info on how to call in tips on ozarksfirst.com.
In a follow-up for you now, we just need to give you a review of what happened at last night's City Council meeting. Some noteworthy changes here. The housing code was changed to declare weeds over 7 inches tall as a nuisance. Used to previously be 12 inches. 5 properties will be condemned near Battlefield and Fremont to widen and improve the intersection. And land purchase for the fire department's 13th station was also approved. It'll be built on College Street west of Kansas Expressway. Also, after debate, council voted no to designating the Treadways store and gas station as a historical site. Members from Galloway Village thought the stores should be preserved. The resolution failed 5-4. Another bill to rezone 5 acres on West Division for another Eden Village was pushed until the next meeting.
In your Traffic Tuesday report, here in Springfield, there are many different ways to make a left turn depending on the intersection.
And when turning left and being guided by an arrow at a traffic signal, it may seem like some lights are longer than others. Hannah Zettel's in studio today to help break this down for us.
Good morning, Lauren and Joe. It's true. Some green or flashing yellow arrows last longer than others. That all depends on how congested oncoming traffic is compared to the number of motorists wanting to turn left. I spoke with traffic signal engineer Jason Saliba to find out just how many cars should make it through the arrow on time.
The minimum green time for a left turn arrow is usually going to be 5 to 7 seconds. It might go anywhere up to 10 to 20 seconds. It just depends on the intersection. With that minimum time of about 7 seconds or so, you're probably going to get about 5 cars through per lane. If you're at an intersection with dual left turn lanes, be sure to use both lanes because a lot of times we'll see congestion at that left turn because everyone's piled up in one lane and the other lane's not being used. Flashing yellow arrow versus the solid arrow. The solid green arrow, it assigns that driver looking at that arrow the right of way, so they have the right of way at that point. However, if they're looking at a flashing yellow arrow, then that is telling them caution, use caution, you have to yield to the people on the other side of the intersection. It's the same thing as a circular green. There's been studies that show that there's a higher correct response to the flashing yellow arrow.
That will wrap up this week's Traffic Tuesday tip for you. If you have a traffic question you want answered, let me know on Twitter or Facebook, and it might be featured.
Hannah Zettel reporting this morning. Moving on now, TLC Properties is no longer allowing smoking in 6 of its Springfield apartment buildings. The company says it wants to provide a healthier environment for its residents and guests by cutting down on secondhand smoke. The locations are Coryell Courts, Essex Place, Scenic Station, Battlefield Park, and Orchard Park. Smoking will be banned in 1,500 units. The policies will be phased in over 12 to 18 months.
Floodplain maps are changing in Greene County, and today the first of 4 open houses will be held to update the community. The open house is at the Missouri Career Center on Sunshine from 3 to 8 tonight. The boundaries of flood-prone areas have not been changed since the last update in 2010. So if your home is now in one of those areas, you could need flood insurance or make some changes to your current insurance policy.
We also have some education news for you today. The Springfield Public School Board will meet at the Craft Administration Center today to discuss budget recommendations for the next school year. Also at the meeting, the board will receive updates on the progress seen from Proposition S, which you'll recall was passed back in April.
Bringing crime into focus, a woman from Ava is behind bars after being accused of sodomy with a minor. 24-year-old Lacey Riley was arrested last week and charged with statutory sodomy or attempted statutory sodomy with a minor. According to court documents, a Douglas County corporal responded to a Missouri Department of Social Services hotline tip involving an infant and sexual allegations. Riley is currently in the Douglas County Jail.
And in our medical news for you, Cox Health is trying to make finding a doctor this summer or getting in touch with one easier. Until the end of July, you can use Cox Health's virtual visits program for just $30. The fee is available to anyone, even if you don't have insurance. The visits allow you to video chat with a doctor, and after the consultation, you can be prescribed any medications needed directly to a local pharmacy.
Around the region, Carl Junction is still recovering from the tornado that came through town. And today, the Red Cross is partnering with other disaster assistance organizations to open up a one-stop shop for those affected by the storms. The Multi-Agency Resource Center will be open at the Carl Junction Community Center today from 1 to 4 p.m. State government and other representatives will be on hand. If you are looking to apply for assistance, you will need to show proof of residence.
And finally, here's what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
I'm Anthony Mason. Coming up before the 75th anniversary of D-Day, one of the last surviving heroes of the battle remembers that longest day. That's coming up on CBS This Morning.
All right, still some trends that people are talking about. The Big Apple Conference. Every time old Apple declares something, this is what everyone's talking about.
Everyone wants to know. That's right. And that happened yesterday. So what did they announce?
R.I.P. iTunes. How about that?
I didn't know people stopped using iTunes.
Oh, my gosh. Get with the tech times, Elisa.
Yeah,
Don't people still buy things on there?
On Apple Music is the new thing.
Yeah, you can buy an Apple Music. They're splitting this off into, it's more for, you have the apps on your phone if you have it. If you have a computer, you won't have the iTunes icon there anymore. It'll be broken down to Apple TV, Apple Music, and Apple Podcasts. So there you go.
Okay.
3 separate things. You still get everything you use. They're just saying iTunes, see you later.
I know that they announced dark mode too, which is a thing already on laptops from what I've seen, but they're saying you can use it on your phone now, which will help you see. And like if you're outside, you know, if you have the brightness all the way up and you still can't see, dark mode will make your screen black, so it's easier to see.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all. Very nice. We need to get one last check of our forecast as well from you as we head out the door today.
We'll have another chance for some showers and storms today. Some of which could be strong to severe with damaging winds and large hail, so just stay weather aware. Another spotty storm chance tomorrow, more widespread showers Thursday and Friday.
All right, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I see it there, down there somewhere. We're taking a live look at skies in Springfield right now. Thanks for starting off your morning with us. More news coming your way soon.